popular. You're gonna be popular.
It's good to see me, isn't it? Of course, with Wicked for Good being released in just a few weeks, I had to do a video on it, but I wanted to do something a little more unique. Ariana Grande is my favorite artist in this entire world. Like, she has just been my favorite ever since I watched Victorious for the first time when I was like 10 or 11, and I've been a stan ever since. So, as someone who's been following her career for so many years, Wicked has always been her dream role. Seeing the musical for the first time when she was 10, starting Broadway when she was 13, acting on Nickelodeon, and then becoming the biggest pop star in the world. These were just stepping stones to her, getting her to this final goal of playing Glinda in the Wicked movie. And back when she saw Wicked for the first time when she was 10 years old, she had the privilege of meeting Kristen Chenoweth, the original Glinda, backstage, where she gave her a wand and a little bit of pink sparkly body wash. And Ariana was so careful because she didn't want it to run out, she would just dip her pinky in every single day and just use a little bit of it in order to feel the magic of her favorite witch. And while that alone made her dream big enough to believe that she could play her one day, she could have never predicted that actually getting this role and becoming Glinda would essentially save her life. Throughout her entire career, Ariana Grande has always said Wicked was the end-all be-all. She had always said that she would do anything to be cast in either the Broadway show or the movie, and she manifested it. Like, she manifested this destiny, and she did everything in her power to make sure that she landed this role. Like, you can chart her entire life. I mean, an audition resurfaced from when she was 14. She flawlessly sang The Wizard and I. In 2011, she tweeted it into existence by saying Glinda was her dream role. In 2012, she was infusing Wicked into her early pop music. I mean, lest we not forget Popular song featuring Mika that was on Mika's album, but also Ariana's. And while promoting that song in a Kid Craddock interview, she literally said Glinda was her dream role. So like, this is something that she has been speaking into existence for as long as I can remember. In 2018, she then did the Wicked Halloween 15-year anniversary special where she was dressed as Elphaba and sang The Wizard and I, but like, it's still Wicked. But as she started to grow throughout her career, she started to draw a lot more comparisons between her and Glinda, and I don't think it really hit her that the two were so similar until she got on set. I mean, more on that later, but like, there are really a lot of similarities that can be drawn between Glinda's journey and Ariana's journey as a public persona. The casting for this movie was a totally different beast. I mean, we've heard from like everyone in casting, including John M. Chu, some of the casting directors, and they were at first really apprehensive to cast Ariana. I mean, she was the biggest global pop star, so they were kind of nervous that audience members wouldn't be able to see past the Ariana Grande pop star persona, which is totally valid, and Ariana even understood that. But that nervousness melted away more and more every time Ariana Grande went into that audition room. John M. Chu was so amazed at the work that Ari did from her first to last audition. She truly became Glinda, and that was intentional because Ariana has said she really wanted to distance the pop star persona from herself, and by doing so, she literally would show up in all pink and no makeup and wanted to give everyone Ariana Grande Butera and not this like larger than life singer, to really let the casting people know that like she was committed to this role and she was going to completely transform in order to become Glinda and not just play her. I mean, she worked with her acting and vocal coaches all of the time to make sure that her voice was spot on, that she was able to hit all of these operatic high notes, which is very different from the muscles that you use to sing pop songs. So she was doing a lot of things behind the scenes to prepare for this, and it was clear from the start that she was literally going to do anything and everything to get this part. In November of 2021, it was announced that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo would be playing Glinda and Elphaba in the movie adaptation of Wicked. They both took to social media to share this news, and the Zoom call was actually posted where Ariana is like in tears, hysterically sobbing, being like, I'm gonna take such good care of her, and like, that she did. Seriously, like, there's never been a more true statement than that one. And this was a moment in pop culture that I personally will not forget because I remember exactly where I was when I saw this. I literally audibly gasped. I dropped my phone because I knew how much it meant to her, and the perception at first was not great. People were like, how are we supposed to see this singer, this pop star, as this beloved Broadway character that like so many people had this idea of in their head, and some audience members and some lovers of Wicked were apprehensive at first. And when she first accepted this role, I don't think she actually understood how much it would transform her as a human and as a performer, as an artist, as a creative, and it just really changed her outlook on so many things. I mean, when she got on that plane to head over to London to go film this movie, she had it in her head that she was never going to make an album again. In the music world, she had just come off of Positions, which was her 6th studio album, and it wasn't as successful commercially as like a Thank You Next or a Sweetener. It still did pretty well, but I think her being home during COVID really helped her slow down and reflect on her life as a pop star, and she was so emotionally drained. I mean, I do not want to get into specifics, but she has dealt with so much as a person, just in general. Between like Manchester, Mac, Pete, all of this stuff, like all of these things would be so hard for a person to go through anyway, much less a public person and someone of like her caliber, like A+ list status. Like, it is exhausting, I'm sure. And I think that sitting at home during COVID and like reflecting on her journey as a pop star, like she was just emotionally so drained. I mean, by the end of the Sweetener World Tour, she was like, I literally couldn't do it. Like, her fans were getting her through that tour, but I think it was so taxing on her mental health that like it took a long break for her to realize like she'd fallen out of love with like the creative process of creating music and touring it and all of it, because she had been on this hamster wheel for so long, plus the fact that so many things had happened to her. I also think the lines between personal and professional really blurred, and her having time to reflect on her journey up until this point really made her think like, okay, now I'm going to transition into acting. I'm going to live out my fantasy as Glinda, play my dream character, and then not really return to music. And that is kind of how she approached this movie. But she's been quoted in multiple interviews, most recently the Shut Up Evan podcast, saying that Glinda actually had the opposite effect on her. It made her fall back in love with her art and her artistry and make her want to create again. It ignited this creative spark within her and helped heal so many parts of herself in a way that allowed her to return home in a way. She's spoken about how her and Glinda share a lot of similar traumas and having to kind of smile through this insane and intense pain. And when she's dealt with hers in the past, despite having a lot of love around her, she still felt isolated because her situations were so unique. But playing Glinda and realizing that Glinda as a character went through a lot of those similar things, Ari herself as the person felt seen. And she said that she had to learn from that strength to be able to heal those parts of herself. It also helped bring her home to her inner child. That is why she decided to use her full government name in the credits as Ariana Grande Butera, because this felt like a homecoming in a way, and she's spoken about that. And all of these things together kind of helped her get back in the studio. While on set, Ariana also unfortunately did deal with the dissolution of her marriage to Dalton Gomez, but she also built a new relationship with co-star Ethan Slater. And I don't want to get too much into this, but you guys know I was in the trenches on TikTok the summer of 2023, fighting for my life defending Ariana Grande, just know that. But all of this really helped her start writing music again. During her off time, she was putting pen to paper and really getting to work because she finally felt inspired again. 10 days before Wicked was set to wrap, the SAG-AFTRA strike started and it halted production for over 6 months. During that time, Ariana flew back to New York City and started working on the album we now know as Eternal Sunshine. Max Martin flew from Sweden to help do some studio sessions with her, and once she started, she said that she really couldn't stop. Like, she had so much that she had to say and she had so much creativity bottled up inside her that it just felt natural. And this project would have literally never happened had Ariana not healed her inner demons by doing Wicked. I think her career would be a lot different if this never happened, because she was so burnt out after Positions. Like, I think she would have taken 5 to 10 years off of music because she just needed time to slow down. But Glinda as a character helped her so tremendously, and now she is like doing creative project after creative project. Like, she's not stopping. After the album's release, Ariana has said that this is one of her most, if not her most meaningful project that she has ever put out. And she performed some of the songs live at the Met Gala in 2024. And that really showed her that she needs to sing these songs live in front of her fans. And I just need to say I'm so happy for her because, again, like, this roller coaster of a ride of Wicked, it's been everything from the fan reaction to the way that she's been able to embody this character and just to how good the films are. Like, it's everything to me, and you can tell that she really guarded everything. Like, she wanted to make sure that the movie was so true to the stage show. She wanted to make sure that everything that she was doing made sense. And I think all of that like helped bring back a fire inside her to be creative and do creative things. And thank God for that, because I love Ariana the musician, I love Ariana the actress, but I just love when Ariana is happy in her life and she knows that where she is exactly where she needs to be. And right now, I think that completely feels like that. You can tell that Glinda will always be an extension of her, and that like it's really changed the outlook on like the rest of her career. I think we will mark this as a very pivotal time. As Ariana stans or just casual fans in general, you can tell that there was definitely a big switch, and her career can be looked at as like before Wicked and after Wicked. Moving forward, literally everything's coming up Ariana. She is booked and busy for the next 2 to 3 years, and I couldn't be happier. 2026 award season, bam, Eternal Sunshine Tour, bam, Fucker-in-Law, bam, AHS season 13, bam, all the places you'll go in 2028, bam, and Secret Stage project that just got announced in 2027, bam. Like, she is so booked and busy. Like, she is just gonna be constantly working, and seriously, I'm just like so obsessed, and I just wanted to take a time to like really chart her path and talk about the fact that Wicked as a whole, as an entity, and as her playing Glinda, like it changed everything. It saved her life. It reignited her creativity. It got her back in the studio. And even when she talks about it now, like it is just the happiest time in her life. Like her being Glinda will forever be one of those things that we will talk about when we talk about Ariana Grande. Like these films are just so special, and that is why I wanted to talk about them here in the context of Ari and her art and her creativity and her artistry. So what are your thoughts? Are you excited to see Wicked for good? What are you most excited for? And please, please, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and seriously have the best week. Bye guys, love you.
Popular, you're gonna be popular.